How's it going, guys? Well, welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to Linear Bounded Phenogram in the steinsgate universe. We are walking down the path and story of Moeka, and it seems like we're getting a pretty strong perspective of her on the events leading up to the death of Mei in the main Alpha worldline by her hand. Some of you pointed out, this is likely a different timeline, but I don't know for sure. I mean, probably, because I'm guessing you guys are more familiar with the game than I am, since I purposefully, try to avoid spoilers. But my perspective was that, like, what if this is just from her point of view? I mean, we kind of got that with Kudashi's story, although we did explore a world line we don't see in the core game. It led to the world line that we did know. So I wanted to know where this one fits in. But we shall discover that as we go. So far, Moeka, we kind of go over, like, her mission received to, like, find the Ivan 5100, and then how it was shifted to locating Okabe and identifying him as a potential threat to the Rounders, and how she's become really paranoid around it, but she's infiltrating, and so she's trying to get closer to everybody at the same time, and how she keeps misconstruing a lot of the innocence that she sees around her as, like, having more meaning. So it's really fascinating to see that, but it's really cool. Like I said before, Moeka is a character I'm not a big fan of, but a big part of that, I think, is because we don't really see much from her perspective, and before she even has a chance to, show redeeming qualities, she tends to, die. So I kind of want to, like, see how this plays out first, if that makes sense. I think I want to see, like, from her perspective, what is it that makes her different? What makes her unique and interesting, and, like, how does she see her role? Like, how does she see herself and how she fits into things? And then, if in this world, like, will she use the time leap machine somehow? Like, how does that play out? I don't know. Sorry, my microphone needs a little bit of adjusting, I think. Yeah, it just checking the dials. Yeah, okay, anyway, so I think we're going to just have to dive into this and see what happens. So let's buckle up and get ready ready to see how this all plays out. Alright, so I eventually returned to my apartment. It's a dreary spectacle, an unchanging place that I go to just to get sleep. The experiments continued for a little while longer after my initial go-around. All of them were successful, the messages received and arrived in the past. But the results that Okabe-kun had been seeking, a shifting of world lines, never occurred. In my dark room, I send FB a message with my report for the day. There's no mistaking it. The phone wave thing is a time machine. It can send messages to the past I saw with my own 2 eyes. The message sent today appeared on my cell phone with a timestamp from several days ago. They called it D-mail. What should I do? Please advise. All the lab mems are difficult to read. There's no doubt in my mind they're doing something dangerous. This actually changes things a lot, because Tenoji, we know, is a big part of all of these events, and he at first was very much, like, getting angry at them for activating the device and causing everything to shake. But he does stop talking about it, and I wonder if it's because of these messages. Like, he's being told to, like, let them continue. Okay. Experiment report. Thank you for the report. Your next move will come at a later date. Do not lay your guard down. They will likely take advantage of the weakness in your heart to win you over to their side. I'm your only ally. Never forget that. Dang, such manipulation. It hurts to hear it. Why would FB say this? I already know. I can't imagine any reason to have it emphasize that. After all, there's only one person I can trust in the entire world, and that's FB. I just don't understand why FB would say something like this. I conceal my footsteps as I climb the stairs to the lab. At this hour, nobody should be there. Except people sleep there, so the spare key is right here. It was hidden inside the electric meter. Watching that detective TV drama a while back paid off. This is my chance. I once again check FB's message from this morning. The email is too dangerous. As you said, it's highly likely the phone wave is a time machine. If possible, destroy it. However, prioritize your own safety. Be careful. The time machine. I hadn't even considered something like that could exist until yesterday. But after seeing it with my own two eyes, I can't deny that it's real. I'm sure there are lots of people other than FB who would think it needs to be destroyed. Me. That's why I stealthily unlock the lab door and sneak into the room. Oh, yep, she's here. I sense someone moving the moment I enter.
Ah, Moeka-san!
Yep, there she is.
Moeka-san! Tuturu!
Why is Sheena-san here at such an early hour?
どうしたの？こんな早い時間に来るなんて。
目が覚めてすることがなかったから。
ああ。
そうなんだ。早起きだね。
Sheena-san doesn't seem the least bit suspicious as she smiles at me.
シーナさんも早いね。
マユシーはコミマの衣装作りのために泊まり込みをしていたのです。
Aww.
それでね、じゃーん！ついに完成したの！
Do you see it? Sheena-san's being at the lab is unexpected. I won't be able to get close to the phone wave at this rate. Should I try to destroy it while she isn't looking? She'd probably figure out it was me, but maybe I could pass it off as an accident. But...
ほら、見て見て。今回の衣装はね、ライネットかけるの。
Uh-huh. Sheena-san directs her full attention to me as she starts going on and on about her cosplay. She has no openings. Why does she have to stay the night today of all days? Now why is she talking to me so much? We barely know each other. This is strange. Wait, don't tell me. She was ordered by the other lab members to monitor my activity. It's a strong possibility. There's no way they'd leave a machine capable of sending messages to the past and changing the world itself unguarded. Which means I need to put some distance between Sheena-san and myself.
シーナさん。
なに？モエカさん。
私、人と話すの苦手。だから、少し離れていてほしい。
ああ、そうなんだ。気づかなくてごめんね。そういうところ、マユシーの悪い癖だね。それじゃあ、マユシーは朝ごはんでも食べてよっかな。モエカさん、何かあったら遠慮なく言ってね。
Aww. Sheena-san then hurriedly sets about preparing breakfast. This is my chance to destroy the phone wave. I turn away from Sheena-san and walk toward the machine. But why do I feel so hesitant? When I look back at Sheena-san, she seems gloomy. I start to get a tight feeling in my chest when I look at her back. I glance at the phone wave in front of me and Sheena-san behind me, then reach for my cell phone. Remember when we started that she only had FB and now she has all their numbers? We're sorry, I really do want to get along with all the lab members, but I never had any friends before. I don't know how I'm supposed to talk to them. Sorry for being so distant. Yesterday, I traded mailing addresses with everyone at our gathering. Never thought it would come in handy like this.
そっか。そうだったんだね。
I turn away from the phone wave to face Sheena-san.
さっきの発言なんだけど、撤回させて。メールにも書いた通り、本当はラボメンのみんなと仲良くなりたいと思ってるの。
本当によかった。
Shina-san suddenly starts smiling. And then...
それじゃあね。はいこれ。マユシーの大好物。ジューシー唐揚げナンバー
Juicy chicken
1。
number
一緒
one.
に食べよう。
She holds out a small dish with fried chicken piled on top of it.
あれ、もしかして唐揚げ嫌いだった？
It's so sweet.
そうじゃなくて。どうして優しくしてくれるの？
Aww.
私はさっきあなたにひどいことを言ったのに。
そんなの簡単だよ。だってね、さっきまでラボに一人きりで寂しかったから、萌香さんが来てくれて、マユシーはとっても嬉しかったのです。
Aww. Shina-san's words remind me of my past self. Until I got FB's message, I was always alone in my room. I'd spend my days curled up in a ball, nobody ever visiting or caring. FB's messages saved me from my solitude. Does this mean I saved Shina-san just now? Just like how I felt when FB saved me. Does Shina-san feel the same way?
ねえねえ、萌香さん。
何？
あのね、マユシーは萌香さんともっともっと仲良くなりたいな。
Aww. Right to the soul. Her smile is so innocent. Dang it. Like, how could you not love her? I mean, like, maybe, like, I'm not even talking about romantically, but, like, she's like a pure soul. She's a pure individual. How could you not immediately want to just protect her? I honestly think she really wants to be my friend. But...
私にはそんな風に思ってもらう資格はない。
そんなことないよ。
だって私は。
I'm deceiving you. All of you. It's as if these words are forever painfully stuck in my throat.
萌香さん。
何？
萌香さんは優しいね。
Aww.
そんなことない。
だってさっきマユシーがしょんぼりしてたら心配してくれたのです。萌香さんみたいな人がラボメンになってくれて嬉しいな。
Aww.
ラボに来てくれてありがとう。
She's like a ray of sunlight on a cloudy day. I'm deceiving them. And I'm sure they've deceived me as well. They have to be. FB said as much, and FB's always right. After returning to my room, I typed up my report for her. The message goes over how Shina-san was in the lab, my failure to destroy a phone wave, and her inexplicable actions. I infiltrated the lab early in the morning, attempted to destroy the time machine. However, Shina-san was there, preventing me from taking action. I have no idea why, but she keeps meddling in my business. I can't find alone time. I'm sorry, I'll try again tomorrow. Yep. The reply is immediate. Be careful. I see. Continue to look for an opening to destroy it. Also, about Shina Megiri. You should be cautious around her. Judging from your report, she's likely trying to trick you by pretending to be kind. Don't let her get to you. You mustn't trust anyone but me. As usual, FB's response is kind, full of worry and consideration for me. But for some reason, I can't help but feel frustrated by her words. Was Shina-san really trying to trick me? Is Shina-san really trying to trick me? She seems like such a sweet person. She doesn't strike me like the kind of coward who'd fake that just to trick people. And before I know it, I've typed out a defiant response to FB. Oh boy, that's gonna set up flags. But FB is willing to treat someone like me like a mother would. FB saved me from my solitude. Sending her a message like this would be like repaying a debt with a betrayal. It would make her angry. And if FB hated me, I'd never be able to go on living. I shouldn't send this. Anyway, it's still entirely possible that she's right. I'm probably just getting overly emotional. It might be best to go to bed and stop thinking about this so much. Just the thought of taking my futon out of the closet is too much for me right now. I'm sure I'll eventually fall asleep if I just close my eyes. What a miserable way to live. Stop thinking so much, me. Tomorrow I'll produce results and have something good to report to FB. Curl up as tightly and tightly shut my eyes, but for some reason I don't see Shina-san's gentle, smiling face behind my eyelids. Oh, excuse me. It was morning before I knew it. I feel like I slept pretty well considering I was sitting on the floor all night. Without realizing it myself, I must have been pretty tired yesterday. Oh. Yeah, who's this? FB. About the time machine. Try destroying the time machine again today. I'm sorry for giving you such difficult tasks. If you find it too hard to get the job done, it might be wise to try and... My chest hurts a little. That strange feeling I had last night is still somewhere deep inside of me. FB's right. She's never wrong. But... I can't help but sigh. I don't have time to hesitate like this. Like FB said, I should distance myself from the people related to the development of the time machine. How are you going to do that and still get access, though? When I get close to the lab... Oh, yes! I would just backspace. Yeah! This is one of my favorite pictures. These two are so great. Like, terrifying.
別に何もない。
じゃあ、そうやって毎回のように睨みつけてくる理由は何なのよ。
It's Moeka-san and Amane-san, the part-timer from the Bronze Tube workshop, if I remember correctly. The two are arguing over something.
理由もないのにそういう態度は失礼だと思うんだけど。
Right. Sheena. Good morning. Moeka-san, are you coming to the lab today? I was really happy I got to talk to you yesterday, so I'll be super nice that came back to the lab today. Good morning. I really enjoyed talking to you too. If we can make it again. Good morning, Sheena-san. I was actually thinking about going to the lab today. Heading there now. That makes more sense. That sounds too cheerful based on her mood.
理由はないわけじゃない。
だったら、はっきり言ったらどうなの？
わかった。それじゃあはっきり言わせてもらう。マキセ・クリス。君はセルンは知ってるよね。
SERN? Why does she know about SERN?
率直に言うと、私は君がセルンのスパイなんじゃないかと思ってる。
Yeah, for Moeka, this would be like dodging a bullet. It'd be like, oh my gosh. Makase-san is a spy from SERN? What's going on? Nobody told me anything about this. There was nothing like that in the personal info that FP sent me. I hurriedly type up an email to her. I overheard Amane-san asking Makise-san if she's a CERN spy. Is this the case? Please reply as soon as possible. Her reply is immediate. Urgent confirmation. Is Makise Kudisu a CERN spy? No, there's no truth to that. The lab members are maybe putting on an act to try and draw you out. Be careful how you react. I knew it. Makise-san's being a part of CERN is some kind of misunderstanding. If she really was a spy, FB would have told me before I got started on this mission. But then why does Amane-san suspect her? I might have to ask her directly.
あら、桐生さん、おはよう。もしかしてラボに行くところ？あ、それなら一緒に。聞きたいことがあるの。え？さっき、あなたたちが話していたセルンの話は、本当？セルンの話？そう。マキセさんがセルンのスパイという話聞いてたの？
I nod slightly.
桐生さん、あなたまでそんなこと言うの？もしかして岡部か橋田から聞いた
Okabe-kun? Hashida-kun? What do they have to do with this?
確かにセルンは素粒子の研究機関にもかかわらずタイムマシンの研究をしている。
What?
マキセ・クリス、君はやっぱり。
No.
誤解しないで。橋田がハッキングしたのよ。岡部に言われてね。私もたまたまそこに居合わせた。そして知ってしまった。
Kidding. Oh man, this was a much more significant conversation than I realized. So you're coming. I'll be waiting. Oh, that's so cute. Cuteness has to take a sidestep though. Even a rounder like me didn't know that much. The only thing I was told was that the rounders are an unofficial subordinate organization of SERN. SERN is researching time machines. Does FB know this?
常識的に考えて、私がセルンのスパイだなんてありえないわ。ヨーロッパに行ったことすらないのよ。
I don't care whether Makise-san's a spy or not at this point. There's a more pressing issue. She and the others have discovered one of CERN's secrets. One that even I didn't know.
とにかく、私はセルンとは無関係だし、天音さんに恨まれる理由なんて全くないつもりよ。
Amane-san seems dissatisfied with her explanation.
桐生萌香だったよね。マキセ・クリスがセルンのスパイであるにしろないにしろ、彼女には気をつけて。
She then disappears into the brown tube workshop. Does she know something about CERN too? I want to ask her for more details, but that'll have to wait for another time. For now, I'll stick with Makise-san. I need to ask her more.
マキセさんは今の話をどう思う？どうって言われても逆に私が聞きたいぐらいだわ。そもそも天音さんはどういった理由で私をセルンのスパイだと疑っているのかしら。
Your father's a time machine researcher, Dr. Nakabaki, right? That might be why she doesn't trust you. This all might be related to the rumors that CERN is researching time machines.
ちょっと待って。どこで私の父がドクター中鉢だって知ったの？私、編集プロダクションでアルバイトしてるから。
Yeah. She's like, yeah, we do
なるほ
research.
ど。天音さんもそれをどこかで知って、それで父のタイムマシン研究とセレンの研究がつながっているかもって思ったわけね。なるほど。確かに筋は通ってる。
Yeah.
確かに私の父はタイムマシンの研究をしているわ。でもそれが私とセルンとのつながりになるかといえば、答えはノー。そもそも私がラボでタイムマシンの研究をしているのは父のためじゃないし、ましてやセルンのためでもない。
Right.
単純に自分の探求心のため。そうなの。
doesn't seem like she's hiding anything.
でもね、本当のところどうなんだろう。
Makise-san starts to mutter to herself.
タイムマシン研究は父のためじゃないとは言ったけど、もしかしたら父に認められたいからなのかも。
Her words are barely audible. I don't think she wants me to respond. Nonetheless, I nod my head.
私もその気持ちはよくわかる。
Makise-san opens her eyes wide.
桐生さんも？私も誰かに必要とされたくて必死に頑張ってしまうことがあるから。
I snap my senses after saying all of this. I basically divulged my relationship with FB. Considering how smart Makise-san is, it's entirely possible that she'll piece things together.
いえ、違う。深い意味はなくて。桐生さん、Thanks.
For some reason, Makise-san happily laughs.
ちょっと嬉しかったわ。嬉しい。どうして？最近いろいろあったから。なんだろう。気持ちがわかるって言ってもらえて嬉しいみたい。
Aww. I reflexively avert my eyes from Makise-san's straightforward gaze.
私、今日はもう帰る。え？ちょっと？桐生さん？
Her eyes were so serious and earnest. Even after returning to my room, I can't get Makise-san's happy face and words of gratitude out of my head. And just like that, I'm on the roof. That's a terrifying sentence. I step back in surprise, but a fence bumps against my back. All right. I climbed over said fence so I could stand on the edge of the roof. That's not good. I'm tired of everything. I'm tired of curling into a ball in my room. Of nobody noticing my death or even be sad. Then why not? Oh, this might be for 4. I quickly take my cell phone out from my pocket. For some reason, I felt like maybe it'd give me a reason to step back. However, new messages 0. Of course. I haven't gotten a new email in years. Why do I think this would change anything? I tilt my head to my naivete and toss the phone away. I watch it disappear into the city far below. Will the same thing happen to me? Will I become so small that I can't be seen, eventually vanishing entirely? I'd be okay with that. It's better than holding up in my room. I leaped from the roof almost like I tripped. But then suddenly something warm grasped both my hands. Without any time to react, I'm pulled back up. 2 people had grabbed me, and now those people are holding me tightly. They won't let go. Why? Why would you stop me? I just want it to end. Please just let me end this.
Moeka さんが来てくれて、とっても嬉しかったのです。
The person grasping my right hand speaks.
萌香さん、ありがとう。
The person grasping my left hand continues. Their voices are so gentle. Their hands are so warm that it makes me want to cry. And before I realize it, I am crying. Crying like a child as the 2 mysterious people continue to hold my hands. I grab back as though clinging to them and speak in a voice hoarse from all the crying.
私は生きていてもいいの。私はここにいてもいいの。
Jeez. Fetch, man! I suddenly jump up. I think I was dreaming. I can hardly remember what the dream was about. Realizing my cheeks felt tense, I reached up to touch them. They're wet. Was I crying? I can't remember. My cell phone off on the side notifies me of a couple new emails. I hurriedly flip it open. They're from FB and Okabe-kun. FB, about the time machine. You didn't send a report yesterday. Is everything okay? Did you try causing dissent among the lab mems? I realize that's not something that can be accomplished in one single day, but please continue looking for an opening to destroy the time machine, whilst also causing dissent or unrest between them. Moeka-Bakun's message is... Today's plans. What are your plans today? There's something I want to ask you, if possible. Can you drop by the lab around 12? I know. I am a rounder. I'm 4, not a lab then. Alright, reply. I decided to ignore Moeka-Bakun's email and reply only to FB's message. She's the only person I can trust. I'll do anything for her. Understood. It would appear as though Makise-san, Moeka-Bakun, and Hashida-kun all know SERN's true nature. Apparently they used hacking to find out. So then why? Why am I having trouble pushing the send button? I have an uncomfortable feeling deep inside my chest. But why? I take a deep breath and finally manage to hit the send button using 2 fingers. Tucking away my phone, I stand up. It's time to head back to the lab today. I have to carry out FB's orders.
No! 指圧師ではないか。
もうオカリン、指圧師じゃなくて萌香さんだよ。
Aww. Only Moeka-Bakun and Shino-san are here at the lab today.
よく来たな、指圧師よ。
Yeah?
集合時刻を3分も過ぎているから、おじけづいて逃げたのかと思ったぞ。
遅れてごめんなさい。
構わん、指圧師よ。すべてはシュタインズゲートの選択だからな。
ごめんなさい。
はは。
What was that?
毒ペでも飲むか？
Yeah.
大丈夫。
そうか。わかった。
What happened, man? You like deflated like a balloon.
緊張しすぎだよ。
そうか。わかった。
同じこと2回言ってる。
聞きたいことって何？
まあ、なんだ？とりあえず座るがいい。
Oh, jeez. What could it be? Moeka-Bakun's more inarticulate today than usual. I cautiously sit down on the sofa.
ごめんね、萌香さん。オカリンはこんなに緊張してるけど、別に大した話じゃないから安心してほしいのです。
What is he doing?
何を言うのだ、マユリよ。これから俺がする話は組織との最終決戦にも影響を及ぼしかねない。いわば世界の命運を左右する話と言っても過言ではない内容だぞ。
Is that serious? Wait, don't tell me they figured out that I'm a spy. No, that's impossible. I've been careful about being followed, and I know for a fact that I haven't leaked any information. That said, lab mems are almost impossible to read. It's entirely possible they've slowly amassed information without me having realized it. They might have done a full background check on me.
ほらほら、オカリン。オカリンはラボのリーダーなんでしょ？だったらビシッとかっこよく言うべきだよ。
そんなことは分かっている。いいか、よく見ておけ。
Yeah?
なんだ、指圧しよう。
What is this?
昨日クリスと何かあったのか？
Oh. All the tension in my body's released. Not only is this topic completely different from what I expected, I'm almost surprised that Moeka-Bakun of all people is bringing this up.
実はな、 昨日ラボにやってきたクリスが何やら落ち込んでいたのでな。少し事情を聞いてみたのだが、クリス曰く指圧師が話している途中で突然走り去っていってしまったから、何か怒らせるようなことを言ってしまったのではないかと心配していたのだ。
I see. Sorry for worrying you. I promise you, Makise-san is just misunderstanding things. I've been feeling under the weather since yesterday morning. I managed to make it to the front of the lab, but that was as far as I could get. I ended up going home. Makise-san didn't do anything wrong, Moeka. I don't know. But we have a symbol that there's a mail that we didn't check. Yes, Shina. Morning, Moeka. You didn't come to the lab yesterday. What's up? Did you not have time? I hope you come again. Oh, okay.
萌香さんも面と向かってこういうこと話すのが恥ずかしいんだよ。オカリンと一緒。
いや、俺は断じて恥ずかしがってなどいない。
Says you.
ふむ。なるほど。そういうことだったのか。だったらそう伝えておく。きっとあいつも安心するだろう。しかしまったく小心者だな、ジョシュは。機関を相手に一人で立ち回る俺の強胆さを少しは見習うべきだ。
Even I don't know why I ran off yesterday. To be honest, I don't understand what it was that I was feeling at the time. Even after I got home, my chest felt tight. Why? Why do I get this strange feeling every time I try to deceive the lab thems? I just want to talk to someone about it. But considering my position, I can't exactly do that with any of the people here at the lab. There's a limit to how far I could hide my identity as a rounder, and if I tell them who I really am, I'd be betraying FB. But I also can't talk to her about this either. Oh, I get it. I'm all alone right now. I can't tell the truth of anyone. I'm completely cut off. FB had always been there for me. I could rely on her for any problems I had. Thanks for yesterday. Oh wow, she responded quickly. My worries were dispelled a little thanks to talking to you yesterday. I really want to thank you. Also, you left pretty suddenly yesterday. Did I do something to offend you? I know we can be pretty harsh at times and sometimes hurt people without realizing it. If I did anything, please just tell me straight. I'm really happy I was useful to you. I was feeling a little under the weather. I was just talking to Okabe and the others about that. Or, really happy I was useful to you. I don't know how much I can help, but I'd like to talk again if that's okay with you. Yeah, let's just say you talk again. I don't know. I don't know if that's what she would say, but I kind of wish she would. That's projecting, isn't it? Dang it. Oh well. But I can't do that right now. There's not a single person I can call a friend. I'm all alone.
どうした視圧しよう。おい、大丈夫か?
When I snap back to my senses, Okabe-kun and Sina-san are both looking at me with concerned expressions.
ごめんなさい。少しぼーっとしてた。
ねえねえ、萌香さん。
Huh? What's up? What's up? Suddenly, Shina-san grabs my hand and looks directly at me.
あのね、マユシーは時々、萌香さんが何か悩んでいるように見えるのです。
へっ、未熟だな、視圧師よ。わずかな悩みは土壇場で反応を鈍らせる。これは長年期間と渡り合ってきた俺の経験則だ。致命的な状態に陥る前に洗いざらい吐くがいい。
That's true. Shina-san glances at Okabe-kun and as he laughs loudly, then turns back to me with a smile on her face. Makase. And there's actually something I want to discuss. Do you know anything about dating men? I'm not saying I have someone in mind right now or anything, but it would be nice to prepare myself for after I graduate. I'd really appreciate some advice from a mature woman like you. Oh, Kitty Sue, you're adorable. So having experience, I'd like to choose whether someone you like, you should confess your feelings to them, or someone in mind. Wait. Are you an Okabe-kun? He could be really thick-headed. Must be rough, Makise-san. I think it'd be really funny if she just flat out calls her out on it. But there's no way I could talk about this indescribable feeling of mine. Not even if she smiles at me like that. I'm alone. I have to stay this way.
私は大丈夫。
This is for the best. It should be, but then why? What is this feeling? This discomforting once again swirls around deep inside my chest. It's so painful. Why does it hurt this much? Is it because I want to tell them everything? Even if that means betraying FB? I just don't know. I'm losing track of myself.
そっか。マユシーの勘違いだったみたい。ごめんね。
そう。勘違い。大丈夫。何も。悩んではいない。
I clicked, sorry. Curse this hand! It's still here. It's still here. Shina-san's smile is a little sadder than before. And the pain in my chest continues to throb. Why do I feel like this? I have FB. FB's the only one I need. What's happening to me? Instead of keeping tabs on the lab, I've been assigned to a different mission today. Being a low-level agent means I haven't been given many details. The recovery team is coming, so guide them to the building in Akihabara. Those are my orders. Uh-oh. Coincidentally, it seems the scientist who fled from SERN has been hiding out in Akihabara. But is that really a coincidence? What if he knows about Okabe-kun and intends to leak information to the lab?
Oi. Omae.
A man comes out from the scientist's hideout and stands in front of me. I reflexively take a step back. The man has a distinctively different air from the other rounders I know. At a glance, I can tell he has a muscular body and sharp eyes. He's fluent in Japanese, but his tall stature and blonde hair clearly indicates that he's a foreigner. Could he have come from CERN headquarters?
これを持って大塚駅の南口に行け。以上だ。質問は受け付けん。中身も見るな。
The man hands me a briefcase. Naturally, I'm not authorized to check inside, not that I need to.
それで後始末はどうするんだ？特に死体の処理は厄介だぞ。
Corpse. He definitely just said corpse. I already have a vague idea this might be the case. That the people in front of me killed the scientist. I quietly swallow down my nervousness.
大丈夫だ。後の処理は例の部隊に任せてある。
That team? Who are they talking about? FB mentioned something about this too. I wonder what it all means. It seems CERN's influence is already extended into the core of most nations. CERN can assassinate people and easily make it as though they were never even existed. It's so terrifying that I really don't want to think about it anymore.
各自個別に撤収しろ。12日、0830にポイントガンマにて再合流する。
Wow. After the rounders disappear, I walk toward the station. Need to hand a recovery briefcase to another rounder.
早く終わらせよう。
I have no idea what's inside the briefcase, but the faint scent of blood is still in the air. After going to Otsuka station, a woman I don't recognize greets me. I hand the briefcase to her and finish my job. I think I catch her saying, I received the documents into her cell phone. She leaves, but I pretend not to hear. This has nothing to do with a low-level agent like myself. The escaped scientist's name, the names of the rounders, the names of the woman who took the briefcase, my mission ended before I could learn any of these things. I feel a little nauseous. I'm in such a bad mood that I just want to go home and sleep. But upon returning to Akihabara, I bump into two familiar faces.
ああ、萌香さんだ。
Nice.
Hello.
Shina-san and Makise-san. Two of them greet me as soon as they spot me.
てってるー。
Doo-doo.
こんにちは。
私たちこれからラボに行くところなの。萌香さんもそうでしょ？まったく岡部にも困ったものよね。こっちの都合なんか全然考えないでメールしてくるんだから。
岡部くんからのメール。
I hurriedly opened my cell phone. Oh, yep, there it is. She's right, I have a message from him. I turned off my phone during the mission, so I didn't notice.
ねえねえ萌香さん、せっかくだし一緒に行こうよ。
でも
ああ、そろそろ行かないと遅刻するかも。
ほら行こう行こう。
Let's go, let's go. She's like, okay. Shina-san takes my hand and basically drags me to the lab.
よーし、全員揃ったようだな。
Alright, and I think we're going to end here for today. I think we've got a lot to digest here. Very interesting to see where things go, and I'm curious what this is going to happen. But we also know we're only a couple days away from the event, which I think is like the meeting point on the 12th is either like the actual event or the night before to plan the actual event. One of those two. So we're getting close to the end of this one, I think, or at least like the kickoff of the real like interesting part of this one. So we're going to go ahead and stop here for now that we see Moeka's heart starting to melt, starting to see the humanity in her break out, and how she's also being primed and like told like to discourage these feelings, which is really harmful. It hurts to feel like I feel bad because I think about the fact that real people can be manipulated. Maybe not often to this level, but I mean, it must happen. And even then, like, maybe it's not to this level, it's still, like, really upsetting to think that people go through this kind of stuff. Like, manipulative, like, twisting of words and perceptions, gaslighting, these types of tactics that are used every day. It can happen in work, it can happen at home, it can happen anywhere. It's just depressing. Moeka did deserve better. She really, really did, didn't she? I'm really curious to see how this all plays out, but we'll have to discover that next week. So thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you've been enjoying this series so far, and looking forward to the conclusions of all of these, and ultimately the more enjoyable dating one that's coming up next. That should be really, really fun. I can't wait to see how that plays out. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel. As always, it's a pleasure having you here and just being able to share these stories with you. But until the next video watching me, I hope to see me in next. I'll see you there.